So today is another section, and last week we did consider what is called what? Investment. And under investment, we learned that investment has to do with what? Assets we possess or we acquire, which appreciate with time, or that has the ability to generate what? Incomes. You get it? And also under the investment, we learned something called the things you need to consider in choosing what? An investment portfolio. And I made mention of what? 4 things. The first thing was what? Having a knowledge and also your investment goals. Typically investment goals. So your goal will determine what type of what vehicle you must use. Imagine you are going to Accra and you want to get there faster. And you are from Kumasi and you are going to Accra, you want to get there faster. Someone can choose to use what? Car. And car will take the person like 4 hours. Someone will also go via what? Airplane. And airplane will take 45 minutes. So depending on how fast you need the thing will determine the instrument or the vehicle you must use. So that's why you need to consider your investment goals. And second one is what is called what? Risk tolerance. Your ability or your capacity to accommodate risks in the investment. Because certain investment comes with high risks. And high risks mostly also promises us what? High returns. So depending on your risk ability or capacity will determine the type of what? The investment you must consider. So as I said, there are certain things you can venture into. I can't. Certain things I can also venture into, of which you too you can, because our appetite rate for the risks are different. And the third thing we've considered, it's also called what? Liquidity. How fast you can trade or convert your assets into cash. How can you liquidify your assets? You get it? So how fast you can convert your assets into cash. And I gave example that with an iPhone, the main reason why people really buy iPhone is because it has high liquidity rate. Because people can easily decide to sell their iPhone to get money when they need money, and as compared to other phones. And the next thing that we need to consider is what is called profitability rate. So investment that promises you with high profits has what? High rates of you losing your money. And investment that also promises you with what? Low profits. In a way, secures your money, gives you some assurance of you what? Or protecting your money for you. So it's not likely to lose investment that comes with what? Low profit. And this is the reason why banks, they will give you low interest rates, because they are assuring you, they are securing that, or in a way they are telling you that your money is well secure. Anytime you need it, you will get the money. You get it? So this is what we did about. We did so many things, but for the purpose of the recap, let me end here and continue with today's teaching. Last week, before I ended, we did talk a lot about investment. And if you miss it, you can quickly, after the section, go and visit our site, our channel, to watch the full video on the investment. So I ended by saying that before you can excel, before you can become effective in doing what? Investment, there's a particular mentality that you must work in. Therefore, the title for this service is what? Investment mentality. If you remember, before we already considered what is called, I have a teaching called what? The power of the mind in achieving financial success. I did talk about the mindset. I talked extensively about the mindset. If it is not here, it can't be here. You get it? With a mindset, if it is not here, it can't be here. What do I mean? So I mean that before you can do effective investment, there's a particular consciousness that you must work in. There's a particular understanding or belief system or philosophies that you must accept in order to do what? Effective investment. So there are some people that they are always thinking about how to spend, but not thinking about how to what? Save. They just find delight in spending. They just want to showcase the things they have, or showcase what their little can do, instead of them thinking about how to keep so that they can invest in the future. Some people also do think about what? How to live a fake life, instead of them thinking about how to acquire more assets that will secure their future for them. These are some of the consciousness or the mentality some people possess that they work in. They believe that spending is the way because there will always be another time. They think that the resources they have will never be depleted. Therefore, they spend anyhow. They don't think about tomorrow. There's what is called tripartite of money. Money has 3 dimensions. One is called what? Yesterday. One is called today. And obviously the third one will be called what? Tomorrow. What does it mean? It means that any amount of money that you get, you must understand that there is a part for yesterday, there is a part for today, and there is a part for tomorrow. What is yesterday? There is a part that must go into the debt that you are owing. So it means that you shouldn't use all your income or all the money you receive today to settle all your debts. No. There's a part that must go there. What is yesterday? Yesterday talks about the person you promised to help. That your uncle, your nephew, your niece, that you promised to help. When you receive money, there's a part that must go and address that. What is today? You yourself. How are you living? The food you will eat, your shelter, clothes, the drink, everything, the bills. So there's a part of the money you receive, some must address that. Another part is what is called what? Tomorrow. Tomorrow talks about our future. So it tells you that any amount of money that you receive, there's a portion that must go into your what? Future. So if you make the mistake to eat yesterday's, today's, and tomorrow's money together, it means that tomorrow you are going to be hungry. So you knowing all these things in a way will position you in a particular consciousness that you will work in. And that is what I have termed it as what? Investment mentality. There are a lot of people, they think that, as I said, their resources will never be depleted. For instance, there are some people, because of what their parents possess, they live anyhow. And they even want to be irresponsible. I mean, they are irresponsible actually. They are very irresponsible, very, very irresponsible. Because when you even tell them to go to school, they'll be like, no. They think that, no, my father is there. My father will die and I will inherit his properties. Why should I go to school? They think that, oh, nah, my father owns mansions. My parents, they've done well. Why should I waste my time to go and learn? After all, these people that they are learning, when they come out, the best thing that they are going to look for is what money. They find a job to pay them. They don't even consider, but they also living a life for their generation. This type of mentality, working in this type of mentality, do you think that you can ever put something down for you tomorrow? And do you think that you can become something better tomorrow? No. Because there's a mentality that or consciousness you must work in. Without that consciousness, if you are doing anything, tomorrow everyone can stand here and predict your future. You are not a prophet, but there are certain kind of people, when you see their lifestyle, how they are living their lifestyle, you can predict their future, that tomorrow they will not make money. It's obvious. Because there is what is called entitlement mentality. This is a type of mentality which is very bad among us. Because they think that their father possesses this. Because they think that their uncle have this. Therefore, my uncle must take care of me. My brother have this. Therefore, my brother is responsible of my well-being. So because they are working in this type of mentality or consciousness, they end up always punishing their innocent future. Because the life that they are supposed to live for their future, they are waiting for someone to live that life for them. During the COVID time, there's a lesson a lot of people have not learned. During COVID time, we all saw the number of jobs people lost in that season. We all saw the number of companies, businesses that collapsed. And up to now, we are in 2025, still it hasn't been resurrected. So imagine that you used to work in that consciousness, that mentality that my father has built an empire for me, or my father is building an empire, only to realize that a time will come, like a COVID season, whereby the things that your father built, instead of you to take that advantage, that opportunity that right now my father is alive, right now my father is at a particular position, right now my father has a lot of resources, my father has a particular possessions, that I must use them as leverage. I can even use my father's name, because probably maybe your father is a reputable person. You can even use his name as what? A leverage to do businesses, to what? Move up or climb up in life. But you are saying that because my father has resources, because my father has all these possessions, there's no need for me to think about my future. There's no need for me to put in effort to ensure that I do well in tomorrow. And because of this, when COVID came, we've seen people who were doing so well, but right now, they are living hand to mouth. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to create certain awareness here to teach you that entitlement mentality has only one promise, and that promise is disappointment. You will always be disappointed with entitlement mentality. I'm saying that there's a particular mentality or consciousness that you must desire to work in. How do you work in this mentality? Yes, how do you work in it? 3 things that you must consider if you want to become rich. And it depends on you where you will start. That will determine whether you become rich or not. First one is what is called comfortability. Comfort. A lot of people think that instead of me to suffer, they think, they care so much for themselves that they don't think about tomorrow. Therefore, they are not willing to what? Sacrifice today's comfort for tomorrow. You get it? So, because, as I was explaining concerning this entitlement mentality, they believe that, oh, my father has paid the price for me, my brother has paid the price for me, my uncle or my granny has paid the price for me. Therefore, there is no need for me to what? Take any responsibility. So instead of them to go under trainings to become, they will say, no, let me depend on my what? I'm waiting for my father's, to inherit my father's properties or inheritance. You get it? So, comfort. If you want to be rich, you have to what? Trade your today's comfort for tomorrow's comfort. Steve Harvey, right? He says something that life is what? A comfortable procedure. It is very uncomfortable. That if you want to be comfortable for tomorrow, you must be uncomfortable today so that you can be comfortable for tomorrow. It's very, very what? Uncomfortable procedure when it comes to life. Especially if you want to make it in life. So you must what? Sacrifice today's comfort to get what? Tomorrow's comfort. And another mentality people work in, they think about what? Or why they work in that entitlement mentality is what is called security. So they don't think about risking. And this is the reason a lot of people go to school. Not with the notion that or intention that they are going to school to be educated. No. They are only going to school because they heard that when you go to school, after school, your job is secured. You now understand why a lot of people are enrolled into nursing, enrolled into teaching. You get it? Because they believe that after training college, after teachers training college or whatever, when you come out, your job is there. It is secured. So they think about what? Security. But they don't think about Whilst I'm on campus, or as I'm going to school, my intention is to go there and build connections, build alliances. My intention there is to go there and start a business. Because let me tell you, you need people to make money. This is something people don't know. Without people, there's no way you will make money. Who made Mark Zuckerberg a billionaire? It's not us. We are on Facebook, right? Aren't we the ones there? Yes. So without human being, there's no way you can make money. That is it. So you need people to make money. So as you are going to school, if you know this and have this mentality, you know that you know how to build strategic connections. That after school, you know how you can team up to build something great for yourself. Look at what Mark Zuckerberg did. He was in school and decided to what? Make life simpler. I don't want to be going into entrepreneurship there. To make life simpler, because then they used to have what is called they had a book that everyone has his passport picture there, then your address, those things. So he thought that, oh, why don't I come up with something to make it digital, so that I will save you from the stress of you always coming to check them things. And he brought Facebook. That's why your picture, your profile, everything is there. You get it? So you see, whilst he was in school, he went to school to be what? Educated, but not to be schooled. Schooling will warrant your grades, but being educated is the real deal. And the next thing that will help you to become rich is thinking to be rich. I've talked about comfort, security, and the next thing is thinking to be rich. So to work in this consciousness, that's this investment mentality. If you are investing, don't invest that you want to be comfortable. You get it? Because the main reason why some people are not investing, or the main reason why some people are not saving, because they are saying that if I use my money to invest, if I use my money to save, I will not have enough money for myself. Therefore, I will not be comfortable. So I will not do it. You get it? Some people are going to school, or some people are doing particular kind of jobs because they think that if I start this one and it collapses, what else will I eat? Therefore, let me secure something for myself. So being rich is the last thing those people think about. But rich people do it upside down. They start thinking about how to become rich. So they sacrifice the other two, the security and the comfort, to become rich. So because of that, today if that person is earning 100 cedis, you will say that, even though what I'm earning is not much, but because of I know where I'm going, I want to become rich. But not just to have a comfortable life now. Let me sacrifice today's comfort for tomorrow. You get it? Yeah. So the person will decide to do what? Save like 40 cedis and use only the 60 cedis. Because he wants to have what? A better future. In the law of savings, I said that what? If you are able to save at least 10% of your income, it will guarantee your financial freedom in future. If you're able to save just 10% of your income, it will secure your financial freedom in future. What is the purpose of today's section? Just to let you know that you must have rich man mentality, or rich man's mentality. With their mentality, they don't think about comfort today. They don't think about security today. But they think about being rich tomorrow. Therefore, they will sacrifice today's comfort for tomorrow, tomorrow's own. I want to end by teaching you what is called types of investors. I hope you know who an investor is.
Yes, sir.
So anyone who puts or who acquire assets with the mentality that it will appreciate in value with time, or it will generate money for him or her periodically or consistently, that person is termed as what? An investor. How many types of investors do we have? They are plenty depending on various categories or groupings. But if we really want to classify them, we can have three. One is called accredited investor. Another one is called what? Sophisticated investor. Sophisticated investor. And the last one is called what? Average investor. There are type of investments that are purposely for the rich. Oh yes. And I will explain, and I will let you know why people do cry in cryptos. Yes. So the type of investment whereby the risks or the chances of you gaining more is not high, and the chance of you losing too is not high, we call it what? Average investment, of which average investors what? Do it. And there's a type of investment that we term it as what? Accredited investment. With this type of investment, it has a what? A minimum investment amount. So this type of investment or this category of investment is specially designed for the rich people. So these rich people, they go into it, they have the money. So it is for like excessive cash. If you don't have excessive cash, you can't enter certain types of what? Investment. When you go to the bank, there are some type of investments are there. They will tell you that it starts from 1,000. Some start from 10,000. Some start from 50,000. It depends. You get it. So it means that there's certain kind. But I'm not talking about when we say someone is an accredited investor. That person, per the criteria, the person should has a net worth of $1 million. The person should have annual income of what? 200,000, and will combine with his or her wife would be what? $300,000. So you see, before you can be termed as accredited investor, and yes, small thing, you get it. So this type of investors, no, they are the ones that can enter into the crypto market, that can enter into the forex trading, that can enter into the stock market. That when the thing goes against them, they don't really feel it. Because they know that even the minimum, because the minimum investor and the minimum amount of money that is required of an accredited investor will be like $30,000. You get it? So if someone who worth $1 million and lose 30,000, imagine you worth 1 million Ghana cedis and you've lost 30,000. It shouldn't help you, sir. Because before you got to the 1 million, you already had what? Asset or things in place that what replenish all the things that you are doing. Into the 30,000 you've lost, it will be replaced. You get it? And this type of investor, the accredited investors, those people, they don't have what? Experience. They don't have knowledge about the investments that they are doing. And this leads to what is called what? A sophisticated investor. This is the type of person who consider what is called the 3 E's. The 3 E's are what? Education, experience, and what? Excessive cash. So the accredited investor has what? The excessive cash. But it doesn't have the what? The experience. It doesn't have the education. The sophisticated investor has the what? The education, which is that before he can what? Enter into any investment, he makes sure that he understands the investment, how the investment operates before he gets in. But the accredited investor doesn't know, doesn't really understand the investment. Oh, it works. The returns are guaranteed. Oh, Charlie, let me enter. You get it? This is how come that there are people like lawyers, doctors, footballers, even movie actors and actresses. Those people, they have money. They have the what? Excessive cash, which qualifies them to be what? Accredited investors. But because they don't have what? Education. Education doesn't necessarily mean they can't speak English or they've not been schooled, but because they don't have knowledge in what investment, they end up what losing their monies, because anything seems to be what investment to them, then they will jump into it. You get it? Because if you know the risks, I mean, if you know the investment, you understand the investment, the risk of you losing your money is less. So it's not like there is no risk of you losing your money in any investment. It depends on, because you don't understand it. If you really understand the investment, you will know that this investment, I understand, I know how it operates. That even within a year or within a month, my money can crash down. But because I understand that this investment is for what? A particular period. If you leave it for maybe a year, you will bounce back or you triple your money. Therefore, you will be calm. You will not be in a haste to what? Take your money out and record that losses. You get it? So you losing in an investment depends on what? Your knowledge that you don't have in the investment. You get it? And there are some people who also have what? The excessive cash. They have the education, but they don't have the experience. They've not tried other type of investments. I mean, they've not experienced anything in their life. So sometimes they end up making mistakes. There are people who also have what? The experience, especially bankers, bank managers. Oh, the thing I know. This thing I know how this investment, how it runs and things. But they will never do it. I hope today's section 2 has also blessed you. We've learned a lot today, and we've realized that in doing investment, it is prudent to consider what is called what? Investment mentality. That will help us to do effective what? Investments. And under the investment mentality, we've considered what is called sophisticated investor, accredited investor, and an average investor. You get it? So I think today we can close the curtains on what? Investments. Under what is called savings and investments. Next section, we are going to deal with what is called what? Financial discipline. Financial discipline. Because there are a lot of people who are really working hard, who are really making money, but because they are not disciplined, they end up losing all their money and thinking that people are doing them. You get it? So this is why you have to join me next week for another section on what? Financial discipline. So that you will come and learn and understand why you should be what? Financially disciplined. So that you can what? Accumulate more income, or you can build your financial future in order to obtain financial freedom. Thank you for coming.